John Eichelsheim for Boating New Zealand magazine. Today we're testing the Tristram 641 Offshore. So this is my first opportunity to take Mercury's new V6s for a bit of a spin, and they certainly look sharp with all of their angles, etc., but they go exceptionally well. Now this is the 175 horsepower model. It's a 3.4 litre, so a large displacement engine. It's got lots and lots of torque, and it comes also in a 200 and a 225 version, also very torquey. You can see it has a lot of torque, nice big prop on it. It gets the boat up onto the plane in no time at all, holds it there at low speeds. The pickup when you push the throttle forward is phenomenal. So the helm works really well. It's obviously a moulded console. They've given themselves plenty of room here. This is a 9-inch Simrad display, but you could easily get in a 12-inch, even an NSS Evo 3 will fit in here, which is pretty good for a boat of this size. The eyebrow, that's been with Tristram for many years. There's room in there for all of the gauges. We have the full range of Mercury gauges there. Bit of room for your switchboard, trim tabs, and a simple ignition switch. The throttle controls, in this case they are cable, but you know they might also be electronic depending on which option you choose for the engine. And of course the steering is hydraulic. It's a C-Star system, and I quite like the little detail of the 641 here in the middle of the steering wheel. Visibility's good. The screen is glass, which is not something that you always get in a boat of this size. Of course the finish is superb. It's a Tristram, they're always beautifully made. I particularly noticed the way that the wind was directed right over the top of my head. I could wear my hat while I was driving. You know, you're really quite well protected in here. It's been a cold day today, but we haven't felt the need to be all rugged up. So the 641 Offshore is the smallest Tristram in the offshore range. It's an open boat with a bimini top which folds down when you're travelling or when you need to store the boat. The layout works really quite well. They've kind of pushed the helm forward a wee bit, so you've got a decent sized cockpit. This isn't a huge boat, but you've got a good sized cockpit in here. We've got SeaDeck on the floor, which is really nice on the feet, summer and winter. It's warm in the winter and it's nice and cool in the summer, and of course the footing's excellent. Tristram have sorted the interior of this boat out very nicely indeed. It's simple enough. They've used king and queen seats. They're moulded in to the deck moulding, so this is the standard layout. You can't get it with a pedestal seat or something like that. But the advantage of this layout is there's plenty of storage under the seats here. It's a really big area. Again, a nice simple system. There's, you know, you just hook it up here. There's a little stay there. Nice and easy. Throw stuff in and out. Piece of cake. So nice, simple transom area again. We've got step-throughs on both sides, which makes it easy to get in and out of the boat. All of our isolation switches, batteries, pumps, everything's neat and tidy, nicely protected here behind this door. A drop-in ski pole, another nice idea. The ski pole will also support a bait station which comes with the boat. We have a couple of live bait tanks. You could use them however you wished. They drain out nicely into the bilge area. One each side, which is a bit of a bonus. And the deck itself, the cockpit itself, it too drains into the sump. There's a couple of drains in each corner and a decent size 1100 gallon per hour bilge pump in the bilge to drain all the water out. So the forward cabin is nicely finished. The bunks are actually 1.8 metres long, so they're long enough for the average person to sleep here, and people do use this boat for overnighting at times. You can get backdrop covers, etc., to make it you know, really quite sort of cosy and secure. There's a good sized forward hatch for access to the bows. On the bows, nicely tucked away under the hatch, is an Maxwell RC8 winch. This is a new development for this particular model. It's a larger winch than they used to have. You know, that just works better than the older style winch did, so you've got plenty of lifting power up for it. So that's the Tristram 641 Offshore with the new Mercury 175 V6 engine, a very impressive package and loads of fun. John Eichelsheim from Boating New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe to our channel.